Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we will discuss RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. We will discuss what is it, what are all the benefits, what is the state of the art, and how does it work. The most important point is I will also show you where you can try this out practically, that is with the Intel Developer Cloud. And if you have any questions, please post it in the chat box. I'll be very happy to take it up. Let's get into the content right away. Gen AI has been evolving so fast and it has evolved already to a greatest extent. The moment ChatGPT launch has happened last year, it has been really the talk of the town, and we people are too much interested into LLMs, Gen AI, and it's really evolving much faster than expected. It all started with the launch, and now we are in a state where so many new things are coming in front of us as challenges, as opportunities with Gen AI and LLMs. But there are challenges, there are concerns, there are real things that we need to go ahead and solve further with this Gen AI stuff. And there are concerns in the corner, and we have to accept that. More the number of users, more the usage of this ChatGPT kind of stuff, all these LLMs in particular. The expectations have really spiked up so high, and many started thinking these kind of LLM based engines are similar engines as alternative to the search engines. But that is not the real case, and because of this approach of thinking ChatGPT or any of these kind of LLM based Gen AI engines as search engines, it has also uncovered a lot of weaknesses and concerns. The concerns were around the copyright, the privacy, security, ability, and whatnot. So it's a strong concern list that we have, and that's to be sorted out. The two major concerns that are listed are knowledge cutoff date and hallucinations. The knowledge cutoff date is a very well-known concern. It is really very not easy to train an LLM. It's time consuming. At the same time, it's very, very expensive. We may not be able to afford. LLMs are always trained on huge volume of data, and the data is all historical. That's the past. So the latest GPT-4 model by OpenAI has knowledge till April 2023, and it has no information on events that has happened after that date. So it's a concern. Hallucination. LLM's responses need not be factually correct. It could be wrong as well. Though incorrect, it may sound like extremely correct and extremely confident and legit. It's confidence for incorrect response, and it's one of the major criticisms that these kind of engines are facing. It's a concern too. So the challenges that are surrounding us with these kind of engines, this kind of Gen AI stuff are plenty. And the first one is the getting falsified or inaccurate information as response when the LLMs does not have an answer. And presenting out of date or generic response when the user needs better specific up-to-date response. I need an up-to-date response, but because of the availability, because it has not been trained with the recent information, it may not be able to give you up-to-date information, and that's a concern. Generating the response from non-authoritative sources is another strong concern. Generating inaccurate responses due to the terminology usage. The same term could be used in two different stuff, and that could probably be a cause for an error. So all these are challenges that we have in front of us, but again, these are all the research challenges that would be interesting to be solved. Well, I'll give you a simple example to make you understand how exactly this is important. Assume an employee who has joined your company recently, who is not really ready to get new updates, but he's recently joined and he is very enthusiastic in nature, in fact, over enthusiastic in nature, who answers every question, though he does not have answers correct for the question, but he gives answers for that question with full confidence, thinking that it's all right answer. I do not want to update, but I will give you answers. Even if it is wrong or even if I'm not sure, I will sound it or I will present you that like fully correct and legit answers with fullest confidence. Is this good approach? So no, it is not. It is a cause for strong concern. So we have to cut it, and that's what LLMs do. And most importantly, we need a solution for this, and RAG comes in place to help this out. It ensures that generated results are good to be accepted. RAG actually redirects the LLMs to retrieve relevant information from authoritative, predetermined knowledge sources, making it much better. Now there would be definite control over generated text, ensuring legitimacy of the same. So RAG is the solution where we will be able to get better results for the problem that we are facing. What are the benefits of RAG that we get? It actually leverages knowledge retrieval. RAG systems can retrieve relevant information from large knowledge base, which include internet, databases, or some pre-existing corpora. This allows the system to access a real vast amount of information, data, potentially improving the quality and relevance of generated results. Most important point here with respect to RAG as a benefit that we need to accept is it improves contextual understanding. By retrieving relevant knowledge during the generation process, RAG models can better understand the context of input query or prompt. So certainly this would enable them to generate more contextually appropriate, relevant and accurate responses and enhances the content quality. Of course, yes, we need quality content to be produced. RAG models can help you in generating contents which are enriched in terms of relevance, in terms of quality, and this will be very informative as well as comprehensive when you compare it with previously generated approaches where RAG is not used. So you will get enhanced content quality when you go ahead with RAG. RAG benefits are plenty, and the next one in the list is the data sparsity. We are addressing the data sparsity. RAG methods can really mitigate the issue of data sparsity by accessing external knowledge sources. This is very beneficial for tasks or domains where training data is very limited or very tough to obtain. And RAG also enables fact verification and consistency checking. RAG models can verify facts and ensure consistency by cross-referencing generated content with the retrieved knowledge. That's a very good point. This will certainly help us to reduce the likelihood or the chances of generating incorrect or conflicting information. That's a real important thing. Whenever the responses are generated, they have to be legit, they have to be correct, and they have to be verified. So RAG can help you in getting that done. How RAG works? What happens without RAG? It is very simple. The LLM takes the input from the user, that is the prompt, and it creates a response. The response is based on what the LLM already knows. Remember, what it was already trained on is what it already knows. So it is going to get you a response based on the training that we have given it. But with RAG, how is it different? We have a new term which is called as information retrieval component, and that's the helper unit. That's the savior which is going to come and help us out in the entire RAG functionality, and it's going to help us out. Well, how does RAG work? It's an interesting point. So I have made a very simple picture here that's going to be really helpful for you to understand the entire scenario, I believe, and I will walk you through this. The first thing that the user needs to do is the user enters a prompt or a query. So what will happen now? The retriever searches and fetches the information relevant to the prompt. It can be from the internet or data warehouse or knowledge sources to call it in general. Now the retrieved relevant information is augmented to the prompt as context. So you can see that the first step, the input or the prompt is coming and the retriever goes to the knowledge sources and it fetches the information for enhanced context. And then what happens is the retrieved relevant information is then augmented to the prompt as context, and the LLM is then asked to generate a response to the prompt in the context. That is, the user will get response with greater context relevance and greater accuracy. Simple. First step, input. Second step, search in the knowledge source. Third step, fetch the information for enhanced context. Fourth step, the prompt plus the improved context is sent into the LLM. The LLM will generate good response for you, which is with greater relevance. That's all. This is how the RAG works. And most importantly, we are going to see how exactly you can try this out real time with Intel Developer Cloud. I have already conveyed you how exactly you can gain access to Intel Developer Cloud easily. And I will give the link for registration and all those things in the description section. So once you register, it's going to be very easy for you. I'll show you how exactly you can go ahead and you can try this out practically as well. The moment you register for the Intel Developer Cloud for free access, you will get into this console homepage. In this console homepage, you've got something called as training, and you can click the button where you will be able to see that we've got multiple examples as well as tutorials available. Go to GenAI Essentials where you've got a retrieval-augmented generation with LangChain. So just click that. It will help you in getting things done. So you will understand how RAG is fully implemented here, and you can understand implementation of RAG with LangChain. This is very simple where you can go ahead and understand RAG on the Intel Developer Cloud. And this very easy example. You need to just click Launch Jupyter Notebook. It will take you to the Jupyter Notebook page where the tutorial is available. Go ahead step by step, run it through. I'm sure you will get the output and you will be excited. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the chat box. I'll be very happy to answer. I hope you like the session. Thank you very much.